I'm Guido de Boer. I'm from the High on Type collective from the Netherlands. We are invited by the Tretyakov Gallery. We were asked to come up with an idea to do a workshop about letters and graphic design in the context of avant-garde art.
High on Type – одна из интереснейших современных голландских групп, которая занимается каллиграфией, которая занимается меловым леттерингом, которая занимается изданием книг с рукописным леттерингом и с рукописной каллиграфической акценденцией. Вот для них как раз и отбирался студенты, которые владеют кистью, которые могут рисовать и не забыли, что такое бумага, не забыли, что такое тушь, не забыли, что такое кисть, и на основе, собственно, своих практических навыков могут сформулировать свои впечатления от материала экспозиции. Михаил Федорович Ларионов – один из наших феноменальных художников. Он никогда не останавливался на каком-то одном художественном приеме, он никогда не позволял себе эксплуатировать бесконечно однажды, когда бы это ни был найденный образ. Поэтому студентов мы и пригласили именно на выставку Ларионова, где и изображение, и текст являются неким единым организмом. Вот этого единства мы хотели добиться в результате воркшопа с нашей замечательной голландской группой High on Type, которая дает нам возможность сформулировать образ, может быть, ларионовской выставки, где и картинка, и текст будут у нас с вами единым комментарием к выставочной практике. Пожелание для участников воркшопа смотреть во все глаза. Это во многом поможет им стать самостоятельно мыслящими художниками.
But we have to not only looking, but also discovering graphical shapes you want to use this afternoon. I want you all to draw them, or to trace them, or to photograph them, and then bring them at any kind this afternoon. At least take also a sketchbook to the exhibition.
The first day will consist of a process of visiting the exhibition, which we've just been doing. The students will have a look around and they will look at the paintings and the pictures and the drawings, and they will extract shapes and lines and specific pieces of the images of Larionov, and they will use this to make an alphabet, to make letter shapes, which we will later be using for poster design.
I think in this artistic context of a painter, it would be very logical to only use your hand and maybe a paper or a brush or some ink or some paint instead of, for instance, computers. And I think that's also the reason why we are here, because we only work by hand. We only make letters by hand.
And we see a very large value of working by hand, because the hand is a part of the body, and we feel that the expression of the body will go more fluently if there is no machines involved.
This afternoon we're going to make new letters out of the shapes of Mikhail Larionov.
You're not making an alphabet, then it's more like illustration.
Both me and Vincent, we walked around for a few hours this morning in the exhibition. I really pick out a few things which I see. For instance, Larionov is using letter forms in his painting, on some of his paintings, and I sometimes also have a more closer look at these forms because that's my specific interest. That's something I got from the exhibition, I think.
Also, he just could easily shift from the one working method to another, and sometimes he used paper and ink, and I find this really inspiring.
We saw a lot of interesting shapes, and almost every 5 years Larionov was reinventing himself and his art, and I hope the students will bring that to the table. I don't know yet, of course, but I think it will be very difficult to work with shapes from an artist which are distracted from a painting, for instance, and if you distract something out of a painting, out of the context which it was initially made for, then it gives you maybe a lot of freedom to think of something new that really acquires a lot of creativity.
I hope and I assume that it will take some effort for the students to break through the usual working structures that they have already, and we will invite them to a world of experiment, and we will force them into experiment if they're not ready for it, because we find it very important that this first part of the workshop is very experimental and cuts the ropes with the past of what your methods, existing methods are.
Today we're trying to let the students surprise themselves. The students invent new ways of writing.
And first part of the day was calligraphy, and second part of the day was calligraphy in the sense of designing, so type designing with the brush.
This morning is all about rules.
We gave the students a set of rules, basic of calligraphy, because we strongly believe that if you want to break the rules, you first have to know them.
What brush do you use, what height of the letters, the angle, and so type design principles we applied on calligraphy.
Для графического дизайнера действительно очень важно, чтобы понимать, как устроены буквы, как их складывать, как пазл по частям. Это основа, в общем-то.
Мы во время мастер-класса начинали с самых основ. Мы писали палочки, то самое базовое задание в каллиграфии. И затем мы пришли к тому, как можно изменять форму букв. Но это очень интересно само по себе. И мне кажется, что подход этой команды очень похож на тот подход, который был у Ларионова.
And this ending is easy for us. You have the advantage on the downside. Be smart with that.
This afternoon, the students got a sheet where they can change the rules. So everything they've learned this morning, they could change. So for instance, if you do calligraphy, you can change the angle of the pen or the brush, or you can change the size or the height or the proportions, and you can even change the way you construct letters, or you give contrast to the forms.
I can go on forever. Where do I have to go? Nobody knows.
This morning we were pretty strict on all the things they have to know for writing and doing the calligraphy. And this afternoon the students started with a game. For us, for me, Vincent, and also our collective High on Type, playing games is really something we believe in. So if you change the rule to the game, then you have to find new solutions, which you will never find if you're not playing. And of course, you're never too old to play.
They had to play a game, following some basic rules, basic choices on a piece of paper. And at some point they had to think about, okay, if I play the game, I also can adjust the rules of the game. And this is, it's a very interesting part of playing games, to invent the game yourself as well. And I think this was difficult, but it's also the most challenging part and also the most fun part. For me, the difficulty was to not make it too complicated for the students.
And for this exercise, it's very important that you're making white squares the same size. You have black ink, but it's all about those white squares. And this is also what I meant in the previous slide about looking.
Они очень интересно строят последовательность действий. Сначала мы вообще разрушаем все свои представления о том, как должна выглядеть буква, а сегодня мы как-то наоборот начинаем с того, что смотрим на структуру буквы, какие-то есть правила, которые нужно учитывать, и сейчас мы попробуем все это скомбинировать.
So we went from playing and having fun to a lot of rules and very strict, and then now we play again. So they go a lot of directions, and that my expectation was that was difficult for them. What is more difficult, I think, is to explain to students that you can't become a good calligrapher in 3 days, but you can learn about the essentials and you can take it further on in the rest of your life. You can't really expect that from yourself in 3 days. So I think that's very hard, but also very honest.
I think also big result should be that everybody made something which he or she have never thought of before. And the physical result will be a few alphabets they've done. If that you go through time in development of type and script, there is always some similarities between the skeleton of the letter of the alphabet. And that's what we explain them. So if you learn to write a calligraphy system, like a Roman calligraphy system with a flat brush, if you change something, like only one parameter, like if you change the brush into a pen, or if you change the angle, you design a new script, but very fundamentals of it stays the same. And I think that gives a lot of possibilities. If you learn one script, you can maybe think of 1,000 variations, or 10,000, or whatever, even more. So maybe in 1 hour, or maybe even less, they will all have an alphabet as a result of this playing.
Is it a black letter or a Roman system? Really? I think it's a combination. I think me and Vincent are super surprised of today, and I think you all surprised yourself. So that was also one of the main goals of today.
The first day we did like the research part, so we walked around an exhibition and we tried to make it our own in a very creative way with the game. In the second day there was more like learning rules and also about how to break the rules. And today we put everything together. We tried to make a poster for Larionov exhibition, so everybody had to answer the question, what do you want to say about this exhibition? So that it would become a personal work and not only some piece of information. They worked with the same tools as we used in the last few days, so it was only ink, pencils, brushes, paper. What was also very difficult and a challenge was that they can only use black ink and white paper. I think those kind of parameters really makes nice challenges for the students, and they have to be creative to solve this challenge.
The results were above expectations, so that made me very, very happy to see that. I asked Guido, like, are we going in the right direction? Let's say 1 hour later, I was already comfortable and confident enough to say, oh, okay, it's going in the right direction. You have to do your effort with every student. They're energized and positive-minded, and they will finish the process in the right way.
I think it was very difficult for the students to, in the first place, to come up with an idea, because the first few days it was more about just making something, or just beginning, or learning the rules, or breaking the rules. And now they really had to make a personal opinion about something which is not theirs, so which is the work of a really important artist. So I think that is something the students had to learn, and I think in the end they did quite good.
I think it was also very interesting for the students, but also frightening, because they had to do a lot of work in very short time. That was the most challenging thing, that we expected them to make a beautiful poster within 1 day, but they handled it good. Some were stressed at some point, but I think in the end they all believed in themselves, and even the more insecure people, they believed in themselves, and they were very happy to finish and to present their works. And that made me very happy as well.
Это был действительно новый опыт для меня, потому что последние пару лет у меня не было возможности делать что-то руками. Я никогда не занималась каллиграфией. Было несколько таких творческих откровений. Было очень здорово, и мне очень понравилось, что мы работали в темпе, что ты знал, что через полчаса, через час тебе нужно завершить какой-то проект. И сами проекты были очень интересными.
Все плакаты получились разными, и это показывает, с одной стороны, какой разный художник Михаил Ларионов, как по-разному он увиден разными людьми, а с другой стороны это показывает, что это такой источник креатива очень разнообразного, который дает новый импульс, в свою очередь, творчеству других людей. И поэтому он всегда современен. И хочется пожелать участникам семинара всяческих успехов, поблагодарить наших голландских гостей и преподавателей, которые приехали и провели этот мастер-класс.
We can really look back at 3 amazing days. I think everybody surprised him or herself. And I think basically that is also something we've learned from Larionov. His style is changing every year almost, and he is surprising himself every time. That is something we can learn from him and try to apply it in our own work. And I think that has happened in the last few days.
3 дня были довольно насыщенными, и главное, что я узнала, что каллиграфия — это сложно, писать ровно чертовски непривычно для меня, и что нужно использовать свои недостатки во благо себе, поэтому я делала все криво, намеренно и очень экспрессивно местами. И я думаю, что это выиграло в итоге. Главное, чему научил этот мастер-класс, что нужно подмечать и использовать все во благо. И, разумеется, по информационной части это было невероятно полезно.
Ребята не только успели открыть для себя творчество мастера, который не так широко был представлен, в том числе и в наших музейных собраниях, но и попытаться быть такими же свободными, такими же непредсказуемыми, такими же, может быть, смелыми. И недаром сегодня все время говорилось о выходе через границы, как и сам Ларионов. Это первый важный результат. Второй, они немножечко по-другому стали смотреть на саму экспозицию музейную, на сами экспозиционные работы. Для авангарда всегда нужно какие-то референсы, какие-то источники вдохновения. Они были для Ларионова в французской живописи. Для наших ребят оказалось, что сам Ларионов может быть таким референсом.
Important for them and also important for me to see what happened, that they looked with different eyes and different perspectives on the works here in the exhibition. They try to implement this into design. I felt a strong connection between art and design. I hope that they will continue this way of thinking in the future.
Для меня это были 3 дня такого абсолютного счастья, свободы, эксперимента. Искусство не должно стоять на месте, мы должны освобождаться от старых форм, границ, и все было именно так.
Проект «Мастерские Ларионова» — это часть большой образовательной программы к выставке Михаила Ларионова, которая проходит в Новой Третьяковке. Такая практика создания авторских мастер-классов от известных художников, дизайнеров и прочих представителей творческих профессий в сегодняшнем преподавании, в сегодняшней актуализации того художественного наследия, которое мы здесь демонстрируем, невероятно важна.
Галерея действительно, она должна быть музеем не только с открытой коммуникацией, но где постоянно художники находят для себя тот инструментарий, который необходим им для их собственных сегодняшних творческих экспериментов. Потому что большей частью на именно экспериментальной основе можно получить что-то интересное, непредсказуемое, то, что затем станет, опять-таки, у нас с вами в нашей музейной экспозиции, станет коллекцией музея. Мы на этом очень рассчитываем.